I did after deciding to undertake this bike trip across America was start planning my route. And there were many things to consider, such as what, if any, electronics I would take and whether I would use paper maps. Our friend that inspired the journey had told us he followed the Trans-America Bike Trail, so that's where I started. This led me to the Adventure Cycling Association, where I could get paper maps of the trail and electronic versions that mirrored the paper maps. The Trans-America Bike Route goes from Astoria, Oregon to Yorktown, Virginia, and you can go east or west or east, whichever you want. Many people have completed this route, and Jim and I started following another YouTuber who did it last year in 2021. His videos are listed under Toby Rail Touring if you want to check him out. We followed him and his friend and watched their progress daily as they rode across the country, and that helped me learn a lot about things that I could do myself for documenting the journey. So it was very helpful. And of course, then, as always, I decided to complicate things. And I didn't want to end the route in Virginia. I wanted it end at home here in Florida. So I had several choices to make on how to get to Florida from Virginia. And at first I looked at going just straight down the coast, and would add about 500 miles. And I wasn't thrilled with that option, so I looked at ending the Trans-America Trail somewhere in the middle and just doing a diagonal line to Florida. But there were no pre-designed maps for that course, which I thought for me it was a better idea if I had a course design that somebody else had already figured out. So then I discovered that the Adventure Cycling Association has all kinds of routes, and I could piece together 3 or 4 different routes to come up with a way to go south and then east. So that's what I did. So the ending of the route takes me across the Trans-America Trail to Illinois. I turn south at the Cave and Rock State Park. And there I pick up another route called Great Rivers South that takes me through Kentucky, Tennessee. Then I get to travel on the Natchez Trail. And it's a very well-known trail. I read all kinds of things about it. It was very interesting. Hopefully that's going to be a very beautiful place to travel. And then I reach Mississippi. I have to change into another route called the Underground Railroad. That takes me to Alabama. And in Alabama, I actually had to create my own route to get to the Southern Tier route. And I used several apps called Komoot. I used Google Maps for bicycle and different things, and got all the way to the Swanee River State Park in Florida. And then again, I had to design much of my own route from there to the Baldwin Trail in Jacksonville, where I'm hoping that I'll have friends join me, because at that point I've only got 35 miles to go through downtown Jacksonville onto the Jacksonville Beach Pier, and that's where I will end it and put my front tire in the Atlantic Ocean. So now I had the end of the route where my youngest daughter Marissa lives, and then it occurs to me, well, what about Tori? She lives in Washington State, whereas the Trans-America Trail starts in Oregon. So once again, I went back to the drawing board and I found Ocean City State Park in Washington, and that's where I'm starting the route. So my back tire will be in the Pacific Ocean. I go down the coast of Oregon and connect with the Trans-America Trail, and that adds about 100 miles, which isn't too bad considering the whole route is 4,300 miles. So then I had to have a way to map my route that I could show other people. I needed it for Jim, so he has a good idea of what we're doing. And so I found a website called Roadtripper, and it took me many weeks to get every detail of my proposed route on Roadtripper, and that's what you're seeing before you right now is the route I created on Roadtripper. And if you click on the links, you can call it up and blow it up so that you can see more detail. But to help with that, I'm also going to be using something called live tracking on my Garmin Edge, which is what I will use for live time maps that I will follow. And you can actually send me an email, and if I put you in my Garmin Edge, it will send you up-to-date live track to show you where I'm going, where I've been, and where I am at any given moment. So I'm hoping that will be a way for me to connect people on the route, because I would love to be able to stop and talk to people, say hi, and visit people across the country as I do the trip. So I hope you'll follow along. And if you want to be part of my live tracking, send me your email so I can include you at that point, and we'll see how it goes. Hi, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. I also hope you'll find it in your heart to donate to the Safe Animals Shelter, because every little bit helps.